There we go. We're live.
That was dramatic. Oh, missed opportunity in this match. Oh, what are you gonna say?
Do you have a problem with this one today?
I do. It should have been Cameron Grimes throwing money at people. I thought because of his return and him being the male version of Billy Kay for this show, or this channel, I thought he was getting the cover. And I thought, there it is! There it is! Lot of man right there. Lot of man. All that hairy. That's just what I would say. That's what the man I would describe. That's 2021 in a nutshell. That's the picture right there. Every man after they get their stimulus checks or their
he blatantly got his stimulus check and put it on GameStop.
Finally got his unemployment. Like, this is what this is. That is a man of 2021 right there.
I'm Shotzi Blackheart, the ballsy badass, and you are watching the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. Remember to like the video and subscribe. Ow, ow, ow!
Hey! Oh, check out the Marcus head, man. He should. I hate you both right now. You guys are ridiculous. Holy shit, me and Nia Jax was born the same year? Or our holes were created the same year?
Indeed. Holy shit.
Honestly, a holy shit chant would be the greatest chant ever for Nia Jax. Holy shit. Holy shit.
Oh.
She's won 2021.
She hasn't won the whole of 2021. She's maybe won February.
The way to put 2021 in the calendar now should be 2 Nia's whole 21. That's how you do 2021.
So, welcome everyone to the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. I'm, of course, Lord Manny Hayes, and he is
Marcus the Grand Finale.
Where we
You're champion.
Where we both have energy this week.
Yes, this episode I have energy. All right, so the way to describe it is this. I went to work. I did a show. I went back to work. So Wednesday happened, and I could not move out of my bed. I was comatose. It was like the death of Superman, where I was just in a cocoon, sitting in there, and everybody literally thinking I'm dead as my body re-energized itself. Covered in Reese's peanut butter cups.
Is that the comatose you went in?
Yeah, that was the comatose. The only time I left my room and my bed was to go get some Reese's peanut butter cups.
So, a lot of you don't know, Marcus was actually on a juice diet for like a good couple of weeks. so I need to ask, what has happened?
Yeah, it fell apart. It fell apart. Work happened. Like, if it wasn't for my job, I would be a 150-pound, ripped, chiseled body abs and everything. But nope, it has led me back to alcoholism and excessive eating and a coma-like state.
Oh, Marcus, if you carried on juicing, we were expecting you to drop to 205 so you could challenge either Santos Escobar or why do I keep Jordan Devlin? Why do I keep forgetting his name?
Because no one knows who he is, man. No one watches NXT UK but you and I. We're the only ones that knows there's 2 cruiserweight champions in the WWE, and one of them
show.
Yeah, it's a great show. Like, Devlin, was calling out, people this week to defend his title in an open challenge, and Dave Massive, who couldn't compete, as Devlin said, on 305 Live, goes out and tries to challenge him. And they have a good match. And I'm like, this is a great show. It never disappoints.
Yep. You ready to get into the show, Marcus?
Absolutely.
So once again, we start with AEW Dynamite.
Manny, we need a stick of dynamite. I want a stick of dynamite to start this, and I don't know why. It's just dynamite. It doesn't have to actually be lit. But I want to say it's dynamite. Just have dynamite in my hand, ready to go.
Yeah, I don't think holding dynamite's a good thing either.
It won't explode unless you light it, right?
No, do you not remember watching Lost when it exploded? Granted, it's a TV show. they found just random bits of dynamite on that island, and then one of them was carrying and it exploded.
Dynamite is not used enough. Just a stick of dynamite. Like, stick of dynamite isn't used in movies anymore. Like, somebody's like, they have grenades or cocktails or they shoot gas containers. But a stick of dynamite, like in the old Bugs Bunny cartoon, is not used enough. Just
I missed a stick of dynamite or the things where they'd light it, throw it, and then...
Yeah, and it's rolling right back to him. And you go, oh no! Cartoons.
Okay.
Bring back dynamite in cartoons, goddammit. Because kids couldn't play with dynamite.
Well,
who had dynamite in the house?
Well, we all learned from the Wile E. Coyote not to mess with dynamite.
What's the name, Manny? We are messing with dynamite.
Okay, before we continue with AEW Dynamite, there is a pinned question in the chat. It is, what is your favorite non-iconic moment in wrestling? And the example is not Austin 316 or Hogan slamming Andre and etc. like that. We will get to those at the end of the show. So AEW kicks off with the TNT Championship match. Joey Janela versus Darby Allin. Marcus, let me ask you this. Were you expecting either of these two to have a proper wrestling match at the beginning of this match?
No, I was expecting, we were like 1 minute in and I was like, but where's the table? It was kind of like the Grinch at the end of The Grinch Who Stole Christmas, who they took away everything that they were going to do. And he was just going like, it came without Christmas trees. It came without pheasants and all that. And that's what I felt like. They did a match and they didn't use tables. They didn't use chairs. Darby Allin didn't kill himself doing anything. And Joey Janela got through it in his little boots.
And then I wrote this. Darby Allin wins with the coffin drop. And for the first time in weeks, a Darby segment hasn't ended with Team Taz and Sting shenanigans. Little did I know later in the night. They attach Darby's body bag to a back of a car, and they go for a little road trip. When commentary say Sting is in hot pursuit, never have I ever seen a man move so slowly in my life.
By hot pursuit, mean he was having hot flashes and walking. Like, that's what was going on here. He was walking, Manny.
Marcus, Keith Lee speaks as fast as he walked.
Manny, if they were to have a race between Keith Lee's having to say what, like, I don't know, 4-word sentence and Sting walking 40 meters across the... What do you mean it seems wild? 40 feet across the arena? I don't think Sting could have beat him. I don't think.
Well, I think Keith Lee would have won anyway because they were gone, regardless of hot pursuit. They were gone.
Sting walked away like he left a hot pocket in the microwave. Like, ooh, I better go get that.
I have gone to the toilet. I have moved to go to the toilet a lot quicker than Sting went to save someone.
I mean, he is 61 years old, Manny. I think that we should be happy that he wasn't using a walker in his hot pursuit, or using one of those motor wheelchairs.
Ric Flair moves faster than Sting at whatever age he is, and he nearly died multiple times.
Ric Flair's heart attack was faster than Sting. Well, that's probably true.
Bullet Bob Armstrong, when he wrestled on Impact back in the day, was faster than Sting, and he was 70 years old.
But Manny, was he or was he not still a bullet? Was he still? He was like Bullet Bill. Bullet Bill moved faster than Sting. The slowest bullet in history. Oh, I can jump on this one. Oh, but yeah, man. Being a black man in America And I'm going to invent a segment. And I didn't tell you this before the show because I just came up with it like 10 seconds ago in my head. Being that it's Black History Month, I want to attach Black History into professional wrestling. And Sting and Darby Allin gets the Black History Month moment of the week.
Hold on, what?
Just to reflect, black people were tied up and dragged across people in the city by people in their pickup trucks. So they get it.
So you were saying this was a movement?
Now we need to have the move.
This was a statement.
This is Black History. They're bringing this up.
Well, given I allow you that because given that Powerhouse Hobbs was in that car, the roles have been reversed.
How you like that? How you like that? The black man is now dragging white people through the city in the South. And I'm canceled like Gina Carano.
So we move into Mox backstage promo where he continues to point out the stupidness of the Bullet Club. And then with the flex of the IWGP United States Championship. And you know what? This was a decent promo from Mox. And I normally have problems with him when he's doing promos where he's not standing still.
Like he's dodging. He reminded someone dodging. like
he's permanently in the Matrix.
It's like the dude is constantly preparing for dodgeball. Oh. Yeah, it was a solid promo. I just don't I have a problem with them calling the United States the New Japan or the IWGP United States, whatever they call it, title prestigious. It's held by 3 people and none of them matter. No, that title, no one cares about that. It's not
actually,
the title.
I feel like Juice was the only one that really defended it.
Yeah. Like, I don't really have a connection with this title other than I think Kenny had it, Juice had it, Mox had it. And I think that's it, right?
Yeah, I think that's it.
It's not like I care. I don't care. This isn't their Intercontinental title or even a Never title. This doesn't have this iconic feel to it at all. I was like, it's a belt.
So I've labeled this the Inner Circle crap. So I'm going to go through all of it.
Okay.
So Sammy asks for a minute alone with MJF. Claims he knows what MJ is he's trying to take over the Inner Circle. MJF believes it's because Sammy is jealous and he wants to take over the Inner Circle. MJF is found recording Sammy on his phone, who says he wants to take over the Inner Circle and he hates Chris Jericho in jest and throws the phone against a wall. MJF is now sporting a bandage around his torso and tells Jericho Sammy sucker punched him for no reason. Which is how did you feel about this before we get to the match?
The sucker punch was fine. The whole I'm kicking everybody out the room but the cameraman. Yeah. We're gonna see this shit later. Like I feel like, you know, MJF plan of recording Sammy wouldn't have worked as soon as the cameraman stayed in the room. And I feel like Sammy kicking the rest of the Inner Circle out doesn't actually help anything. If they're gonna see it later.
So we move into the Acclaimed versus Chris Jericho and MJF. I kind of enjoyed the Acclaimed's entrance this time when they clowned out Jericho.
You just wanted them to clown Jericho.
Yeah, I did. So there was more Inner Circle nonsense for them to pick up the win. Sammy comes out at the end of the match. Chris Jericho's acting is on par with whiny Matt Jackson here.
No, Matt Jackson's still the worst. He showed up later in that segment when the Good Brothers showed up and they're cutting the promo. And he's like, "No, Good Brothers, you can't do that." And I'm like, "Get out of here! You're the worst thing on Dynamite."
And then Sammy tells Jericho he quits the Inner Circle. And then as Sammy's leaving the arena, Marvez asks him why did he quit, and he said he needs to focus and he needs time away from this building.
Oh, so yeah, poor Sammy. He had to quit. He walked away. He said, well, he told him one more thing. I was okay with this, unless it's finally progressing, this story that has been going on. And I have a question, Manny. Are you more of a long, drawn-out story like this? Or would you rather for just the shock and awe just to be over with?
It depends on the story. Do you know what I mean? Like, the fact that it's been going on for so long and it was so obvious it was going on. It's not like you've had, there's a seed here and there's a seed here. And then you go, maybe this is going to happen. That's long-term storytelling. Not, I know you guys you don't trust him for like weeks on end. And you're constantly saying you don't trust him.
Yeah. From the beginning, this is what was supposed to happen. But it's been months on end. We've had sing-alongs and pep rallies or whatever.
Yeah.
Final resolutions. And it's just been going on. And finally there's some progress into this. And I was like, okay, finally at least one person's leaving. I was happy that we're finally progressing and maybe this inner circle stuff can actually end soon.
Yep. So we get Peter Avalon and Cezar Bononi, I think that's his name, versus Cody, Rhodes, and Lee Johnson. So Cody and Lee Johnson pick up the win. Yes. We learn that Cody has torn his has a slight tear in his rotator cuff,
Something
which
like that.
Allegedly, according to the internet, is about a 4-week layoff. So he should be around. He should be back in time for his epic match with Shaq. For those that actually want to see it.
Let me tell you this. I feel they made this injury up. And I know he might actually be hurt. Whatever. But I feel like they made this injury up because they have nothing to do with Cody at all. And it's just going to be weird just for him to be absent for 4 weeks anyway. So they were like, we need him gone till Shaq, all right? Because we have no storyline pumped in. We're not going to have Shaq. We're not going to feature Red Velvet. It's just going to just have him show up that day. We can do some videos maybe in the middle of this. I could care less about the injury. But Lee Johnson getting this victory, Manny, after being 0-29, how does that make you feel?
Well, I was gonna throw this back to you actually because you brought the Black Man in America segment to the show today.
It's the Black History Month moment of the month.
Marcus, that's a black man in America.
Yes,
and a black man on YouTube.
Woo.
How do you feel as a potential stretch that this could possibly be a reach to get that Black History Month catch of giving Lee Johnson a win, who was currently allegedly 0-29?
Unless they come out with a Lee Johnson t-shirt that has Black History, the African colors on there, it says 1-29, like the reverse of the Undertaker streak, I don't believe it's going to be Black History appropriation. I don't know what the point of this was. Like, they interviewed him like he just won a title, like something bigger. He pinned Peter Avalon. I know 4-year-olds have pinned Peter Avalon.
Really?
Jesus Christ. Yes, yeah. Those are some gangsta-ass kids. I'm telling you that. They don't give a fuck. Those kids don't give a fuck. They are trouble. They are trouble. But I didn't care about any of this. You go, boy. But I just don't care about
this like that, please. That's very close to me going, you go, girl.
I just don't see what was the point of this segment. I had no interest in it. Cezar Bononi, I feel like he was in NXT at one point, vintage NXT, and was fired in one of the cuts.
He got cut. He got cut in the April cuts last year, didn't he?
You know who? Yeah, but you know who he reminded me of? That one guy they were pushing for, like the Australian guy they were pushing for like a week on Raw that time.
Oh, Venk, something Venk.
Yeah, Brandon Venk.
Yeah.
He had that moment. He had a moment.
Where is he?
I don't know. It's him and what's that other guy from the Raw Underground?
Slapjack.
No, the other guy. The guy that like fought Brock. They built him up to fight Bonatube. And Bonatube killed him. Or Dabakato at the time. He like had that knockout punch. I don't remember.
Oh,
he kept
I know who you're talking about.
He beat Ricochet.
I know who you're talking about. I just
Riddick
can't remember
Moss.
his name. Riddick Moss. There you go. Most forgettable man in wrestling.
Yeah. Those two guys disappeared, and that's what I was reminded of when I was watching Cezar Bononi. But Lee Johnson, whatever. Where's Scorpio Sky? Again.
Where is Scorpio Sky?
Why not use him? Is he retired?
Okay, you're an NFL coach.
Yes.
You have a player that's... This doesn't really work.
No, go for it, Manny.
You're an NFL owner.
I'm black. That can't be true.
We're living in fantasy land, Marcus.
Pure fantasy.
Your head coach has gone 0-29.
Yes.
Do you cut him before he even gets to 29?
Yeah. He wouldn't even make it past the first season. You get a perfect losing season. You're doing something wrong. Something terribly wrong. You and the GM gotta go. What are y'all doing? It's gotta go. But the fact that Lee Johnson is 0-29 and then they announced, now he's all elite. That's bullshit. You can't sign anybody like that. Imagine a boxing promoter talking about, imagine if Mike Tyson was 0-29 and then he goes in and knock out the next guy he sees and you go like, that guy is going to be the heavyweight champion in the world. No, he's not. He's a bum. He's a scrub.
So we do move into the segment you just mentioned earlier, the Young Bucks and the Good Brothers. The Good Brothers are talking about ratings on a show they aren't even on.
Yeah.
Mac Jackson said they would have won last week if they were going to pick them so they could have a Bullet Club dream match. Is this something you wanted to see? I didn't want to see this.
I never asked for that one. No. Why is it FTR in the title picture? I want their rematch, damn it. That's my dream match.
Yeah. Speaking of FTR, after we get to this, Matt decides to defend the titles against Santana and Ortiz next week as they continue to poke the bear. I feel like the Good Brothers are going to get AEW into a cease and desist with WWE.
Why is that?
Because Too Sweet is a registered trademark, isn't it?
No, I think they said it's not. It's somewhere it's not. It's not. They couldn't trademark it apparently.
Really?
They're okay, but the Young Bucks made money off of it, saying that they did give them that cease and desist. So they can do it whatever they want.
Yeah. Speaking of FTR, they kidnapped a man and then no mention of it other than a tiny backstage segment with Jungle Boy.
Yeah.
Where he called them a bitch.
And I was like, oh boy, he's becoming Jungle Man now, Manny. He's cursing. He's cursing now.
He's using profanity. How dare he?
Yeah, how dare you? He was such a nice little Jungle Man. Now, Jungle Boy. Now he's a Jungle Man, bitch.
And then, speaking of men hanging out with other men, Hangman Page goes on
every man.
Hangman Page goes on a date with Matt Hardy.
Yes. Well, Matt Hardy is date raping him.
And then, so they go to a bar. And then Matt Hardy seems to con Hangman into signing away 30% of his earnings, much like the private party. Which I'm pretty sure, especially as that was caught on camera, that contract is void as he signed that when he was not in a fit state. Therefore, I believe Matt Hardy's going to court.
Yeah. And Manny, this is my sad wrestling fan moment of the week. Not me. I'm not. I'm fine. It's just that wrestling fans, I have no idea what they be looking at during most of the time, or do they just read stuff? No, I feel like no one noticed that he switched the contracts.
Did he? I didn't see that.
Huh? You didn't see switch the contract?
No.
No one saw. Oh, he switched the contract.
I'm gonna rewatch
right away. Yeah, it's blatant. While Matt Hardy goes and looks at the camera, it says, "Hey everybody, woogity woogity." He's gonna keep this as consent. Adam Page just pulls out another contract, put the other one away, and Matt Hardy ends up signing whatever he did.
Yeah,
I
wasn't really fully paying attention when I was doing this.
Oh no, Manny, you're in the category of the sad wrestling fan who misses the details.
If you saw what I was doing, you knew what I was doing. When I put that Sting video up of, he was moving that fast, was he? I was still watching the show whilst doing thumbnails.
Well then, okay. Well, you missed that part, and 90% of the rest of the community seems to have missed this part. That he switched the page. Unless I'm crazy. Maybe I'm the crazy one that saw him go to his pocket and go, no. Like, so it's all going to backfire on Matt Hardy next week.
So Pac versus the Hollywood hunk Ryan Nemeth.
The worst wrestler in the world.
This is awful. However, I still think the Pac shouldn't do the Black Arrow anymore.
Why not?
He takes too long to do it when he gets on when he perches on that top rope. He takes too long to almost it's not psych himself up, to balance himself before he does it.
I like to think he's psyching himself up, Manny.
I feel like I would.
Come on, old Pac, you still got it.
I would need psyching up before I did that.
Yeah, you old crazy bastard, you can still do this.
You'll land it, Manny. You'll land it. You won't land on your glass ankles and they won't break.
Come on, baby. My rib has been the same. Oh, you're still 205 in line. You got it. You still got it. Come on, Neville. Oh.
I live my life like I'm super crazy.
You mean you drive down the street in a lawnmower?
Yeah, because I'm Mexico. That was awful.
Yeah. It's okay. But are there any Mexicos in the house tonight?
But it's just Chris in the chat talking to himself.
Nice.
He's actually I have nobody to talk to.
Oh, I love our ratings. But I like to think when Pac is on the turnbuckle, he's like brooding over the city like Batman. Like, I'm just gonna look over the city and be like, ooh, what a bad day. My life is miserable. That's what it looks like. And I feel like that was a mistake. That's why he was standing there so long.
No, he
was
very
noticeable.
Is
it really this long?
Watch every time he goes up there. It's never like fluid. He goes up there and then takes a few seconds. Like there's a delay when he does it.
Okay, he thinks about his life. He thinks it's like the Walk Hard. Before he have you seen that movie with it's the parody on Walk the Line with Johnny Cash?
No.
Well, anyway, it's the Dewey Cox story, and every time he sings a song, he has to think about his entire life, and that's how the story starts. And that's what Pac has to do before he does that. Goes over his entire career until he gets to the Enzo part where he takes the Cruiserweight title from him and he just dives off on it. Like, no! I can't live that life.
Do you think before he does it, he realizes that I could still be in WWE? God damn Enzo Amore.
I could still be making money. It should be me making all the money. It shouldn't be Kofi, the WWE champion. It should be me. I should be leading Retribution. Even that's the darkest thought of any wrestler right now. That could have been me leading Retribution.
So, I want to say this was one of my favorite matches of the night. Leyla Hirsch versus Thunder Rosa. Very good match. Really enjoyed it. Thunder Rosa advances into the next round, while the first round of the Japanese bracket of this Eliminator tournament is happening next week on the AEW episode of Dark.
Yes.
It's not going to be on TV.
Probably best that way. I wouldn't show some of that shit. It might be good. It might be good. This is the Japanese side. It might be better. I am not looking forward to Riho and whoever who's she fighting next week?
Serena Deeb.
Oh, well, that might be good. Give a damn about Riho. The only thing I can say is Thunder Rosa is the MVP of Dynamite every single week. And Leyla Hirsch needs to stop doing the dive because she almost died. And I was like, oh, she hit her head like that. That looked like that hurt.
Speaking of, before we carry on, are you a little upset that you didn't get a Rey Fenix dive this week?
Just a little.
A lot. I think you're a lot. And also, before we carry on, I
don't have that. How about that dive moment?
Chris wants to lead an investigation.
Yes. Well, they all disappear once they realize that this is the AEW official.
Where's Eli? Whatever his name was.
Yeah, it feels like everybody's gone.
Yeah.
All our friends are dead. We pushed them to the edge. of AEW hate. And I blame that Eric damn Nintendo. If you want to know where they're at, they're in that damn... They're watching Eric's YouTube channel where he's talking about his Switch and his indie games. They're all in the comment section. They all come out for that one.
Do you know what? I'm not reading any more live comments, so people start leaving actual comments on videos.
No one gives a damn about our show. No one wants to talk about wrestling. Shit.
So Kenny Omega and Kenta. Kenta versus Mox.
Kenta
versus Mox and Lance Archer. Actually, a decent match. Actually enjoyed it, despite its chaos. But I don't understand how this match has escalated to a Falls Count Anywhere match.
It's AEW. I'm ready that they call it a Falls Count Anywhere to say we're going to have a tag match tonight. And then they Falls Count Anywhere in a tag match. Like they normally do. Like it's still ending in the ring.
Yeah.
Don't just make it no holds barred. Don't call it Falls Count Anywhere unless you plan on pinning somebody in the Raptors.
Well, at least the last Falls Count Anywhere match where it was, I think it was Moxley versus what was his name? Jake Hager. And you had JR complaining about everything.
Yeah.
Why is there a guardrail? There's no one here.
It's an empty arena. Also, this only problem I had with this match really, there's a few things, but I don't feel like nitpicking today. I'm in a good mood. I'm alive. Was the camera angle when they were in the kitchen and the referee is clearly holding that table together so they could do their spot. I'm like, can we not have him on camera doing that? Hold on, guys. And then what was it? It's basically they have this is thing that WWE is criticized the most for having piped in audio. There was no one in this Dynamite arena, Manny. It was an empty arena.
There was, because I kept hearing
Yes. It was well done, piped in audio.
Oh, was it?
It was. And I don't have facts about this. I don't. But when you looked around all through the night, there was no crowd cuts. They never cut to the crowd. When they did the Falls Count Anywhere, you looked around, there was nobody anywhere at all. And it was just well done, piped in audio. And they give WWE shit for this all the time, but maybe AEW did it so good this time that they consider. And also, you can also hear the wrestlers chanting the other stuff.
Yeah, it was a good show. AEW was a good show this week.
Solid show.
It was good, possible. Eric will probably still hate it.
Yeah. Expect Eric to hate AEW. As we move over to NXT. Does Raw win the default show of the week just because Nia's whole?
Yeah. And I want everyone to take a wholesome moment right now for Nia Jax's whole.
Hey, didn't we see Nia's hole in the Kenny Omega golf segment?
Yeah.
When he holed in the golf. By the way, they should have used the golf clubs in that match. I don't understand if you're going to go have somebody at a golf course. A la Michael Jordan before every single game, apparently. Why not use Kenny's golf clubs as a weapon? I'm just saying.
So we move over to NXT where MSK take on Legado del Fantasma. I'm just saying, in 2021, no grown-ass man should be doing a Bronco Buster.
What? I enjoyed the Bronco Buster this spot because I didn't see it coming at all.
What?
It was nice for to see a Bronco Buster.
Before.
Did he?
Yeah, that's one of his moves.
I didn't recall the Bronco Buster the week before. This week, I saw the Bronco Buster in all its glory. Hell, I saw it. Goddamn Bronco Buster.
I saw it. I think it was last week when they did it. And I was just like, I never want to see this again.
Manny, rarely enough, I'm in support of the Bronco Buster move. I don't know why. It's a move that I shamefully like, okay? Don't matter who do it.
Because you're X-Pac's #1 fan, that's why.
Well, Tori Wilson did it too, goddammit.
So MSK win with their blockbuster double team move. In their what I'm going to say is their most impressive showing so far.
Yeah.
However, I'm still not sold. mainly on the basis that this is currently the style of every wrestler of their size doing this kind of style. So you kind of have to do a little bit more to stand out a bit more now.
Yeah,
I feel like that's a fair assessment.
Yeah, I believe it's called the Motor City Machine Gun style of wrestling and tag team wrestling. Who basically I feel started this gangster shit. and gets no respect for it. But it was like Motor City Machine Guns, Young Bucks. This is everybody's tag team style. There's not many FTRs in the world anymore.
Shout out to Alex Shelley. I don't think not many people actually put that much respect on that man's name. He is actually one of the most decent wrestlers of his time.
I feel like that's an insult. You're the most decent wrestler of your time. I'm not great. You're decent. You get the decent award today.
He's decent because he didn't really make a massive name for himself.
Yeah,
because he stayed in Impact, and then he kind of went offshore into New Japan when it wasn't really hot.
Yeah, and I felt like he was always going to be the Intercontinental Champion of the world, and never did.
Yeah,
made one appearance ever in WWE, and that was on NXT with Kushida, and it was like, that's random. Let's do it. And in this match with MSK, I thought this was the best use of their pushing moonsault attack. They turned it into the dive. And Manny,
I'm sorry,
when I asked, how about that dive? I asked about this one. I thought it worked because the guy would have died. He would have died if he wasn't pushed.
Marcus, how about that dive? He fell. That wasn't a dive. He fell. And you know it. Look at your heart. You know he fell.
No, I don't want to look deep. I enjoyed the spot, damn it. I enjoyed it. This was probably my match of the week, though. Of all the matches, I enjoyed this match a lot. I don't know why.
And then we move on to Xia Li versus, I believe her name was Cora Jade. Something along those lines.
I believe you got that right. I believe you 100% got that right.
And then I didn't even care about the match.
No.
We got the Casey Express sticking their dumbasses in triad business.
They didn't care. Hold on. They didn't care when they were in this Dusty Classic when everything was going good for them. Now they're out there in my business. Get the fuck out of here with this. Why they hanging out Caden Carter?
Why are they stepping on business that's going back thousands of years?
Why you putting up with this old shit? Get out of here.
And then Boa paying for Caden Carter's trash talk to Mei Ling or what was the other name?
Tien Shaw, attorney at law.
Whilst Xia Li throws Caden Carter off the stage and then getting some of Casey.
Yes. I feel there's a weird edit in here, and I don't know why it was a cut that Xia Li just started beating up Casey Carter. But the one thing that stood out to me the most was Tien Shaw, attorney at law. The reason that she would have beat the shit out of Caden Carter as awkward she said, it's like I'm gonna whoop somebody's ass. Oh, my back! I can't move. Power, help!
Marcus, Tian Sha's body is 1,000 years old.
That's true. You're right.
If she moved too fast, her bones would turn to dust.
Yeah, you're right. They make bones better than what they did 1,000 years ago. Like,
yeah,
or
they started putting things in the milk.
Yeah. Boa used to be the most useless man in wrestling again, as he being the only man out there, probably about 6'4" or whatever height he is, at 200 something pounds, couldn't get Caden Carter or Casey Candice away from Tien Shaw. He did nothing. He just let it happen. You could have just threw him. You could have threw him across the arena. They weighed nothing.
The fact that they can barely get over, they tiptoed to get over the top, to put their arms on the top rope.
Yes.
You can't deal with that.
You can't handle people tiptoeing over the top rope.
Tiptoeing to get their arms onto the top rope. You can't handle that, Boa.
What was all this training? Like, I like to think that they got him in all this training. It was like, we're going to get something out of this. And they're like, we literally we have exhausted all our resources to make you into something. And you still are nothing? Jesus Christ. Now I know what it's like when the Lakers had Kwame Brown.
So I wrote, if I was carrying Cross, I'd be wondering why his wife is sprawled out on your boss's desk like some classy prostitute.
I honestly wanted him to cut the black and white like it was some old film noir thing.
Yeah, like Sin City.
Yeah.
This would have been perfect like Sin City.
Yeah. And William Regal, who seems smitten. Who wouldn't be? I mean, I would have closed the door and got the camera out of there. We're talking, like, she's ready for me, finally. I'm going to die for this.
Yeah, and then he books Karrion Kross and Santos Escobar, and then everyone leaves the room after she grazes his lapel. And then I believe he got everyone out because he had a raging erection.
Yeah, he had to go do something like, what the hell? Honestly, I wanted to, if they were going to do this, again, they could have went Sin City, black and white, or it could have just been smoke coming out of Regal's office. She's just like, what the fuck? What the fuck? She's just sitting there in a room full of smoke. Like, what the hell? Why are you doing this?
That move was never acceptable, Manny. Chris, you're going to have to elaborate on that.
I think he was talking about the block. I would say the Bronco Buster. I think that's the old.
Oh, did he pause it? He must have paused it. Later on in the night, Santos Escobar tells his boys to pay Karrion Kross a visit and make sure he doesn't make it to next week. Where Kross takes
he had a rough night.
Yeah, Kross takes his team out and tells him he should have done it himself because that's what he did. And next week he's going to do exactly to him what he did to them.
It looks like a murder, though.
It did look like a murder.
It looked like a murder. So Jordan Devlin is now your current cruiserweight champion of the world. If Santos Escobar gets murdered.
Next week, Jordan Devlin will be the undisputed cruiserweight champion of the world.
Hey, Manny, how soon is too soon for that? You think he's thinking, if he dies, how soon is too soon to call himself the undisputed cruiserweight champion? Literally that same day. He's dead. Oh, sorry, he's a great loss to the wrestling industry. I now have to carry the weight as being the undisputed cruiserweight champion of the world.
Okay. I need to ask you this question.
Yes.
You're the Intercontinental. I'm just going to say you're the Intercontinental because no one's going to believe me and you. Me and you are the cruiserweight champion.
Depending on the weight limit of your cruiserweights, man. Depending on the weight limit.
Let's just say you're an Intercontinental champion. I'm an Intercontinental champion. I get destroyed by, I don't know, who's big? Omos.
Braun Strowman. Oh, okay, almost.
Omos destroys me. You're going to go the classy route of, it's a sad loss, I guess I'm the now undisputed. No, I believe you're going the dastardly route immediately. That motherfucker's dead. I'm the true Intercontinental champion.
It is true. It is I all along. And the real Intercontinental champion would have never died. I will live forever like Damian Priest.
I'll live in infamy while you live in. While you don't live at all.
While you die dying. Man, he's dead. He died trying to die. So therefore, I am your true Intercontinental champion.
So we move into the confusing segments of The Way.
There's a lot of stuff. They went this way and they went that way. So
This is how ridiculous. Everyone got worked before NXT yesterday.
They did. And I'm one of them because I had no clue to even all right. I guess he's hurt.
Because as soon as someone said, "Oh, it's what was it? It was Austin Theory on Instagram Live going, "Oh, I just got back from Johnny Gargano's place, and I don't think he won't be defending the title against Kushida on Sunday." I'm like, that's a work. Easily, that's a work. and then I will log on later on the evening, and then I see people posted like the news story of like Johnny Gargano out of NXT Takeover. I'm like, you guys have been worked hard.
Yeah, I went the typical wrestling fan and the Marcus route. I read a headline. Oh, that's horrible. I wonder what they're going to do. Never click the link. when Johnny come out there with a sling and a wheelchair, and I go, dang, maybe I should have clicked that link, 'cause I don't know what happened to the man. Did he suddenly get polio? What happened?
Well, that was the thing. So, on commentary, Wade Barrett goes, he's unable to walk because of a broken arm.
That's probably the best line of the week. That is the best line of the week, and I died laughing. He's in a wheelchair because of a broken arm.
Well,
Died laughing.
You said I wouldn't be able to replicate the segment of last week. Manny's dumbest line of the week. There you go. There you go.
Well done, Manny. Well done for Manny producing the dumbest line of the week. You can't remember what was last week's dumbest line of the week, can you?
I can. Hold on.
Oh, you have it in your notes. Damn it, cheating. This is cheating.
It was Sting saying, when you say you look into the Stinger's eyes, you don't see the icon anymore. Maybe you need to take a closer look.
Yes. Okay.
You're
Well
a
done.
fucking old man, and you just proved it this week when you couldn't when you went in hot pursuit.
Well, Manny, I'm gonna one up you because I can't be wrong in this. The segment, the dumbest line of the week. If you're having the dumbest line of the week, it's going to lead to the dumbest line of the month, which is also going to lead to the dumbest line of the year. Will you be able to keep this up for 1 year? Okay, this was the dumbest wrestling line of the year.
No. Of course I won't be able to keep this up. Did you know that I've written that Johnny Gargano was unable to walk because of a broken arm, but I didn't even specify in my notes that this was going to be the dumbest line of the week until you reminded me that it was.
Oh man, that's great.
Yeah, I could have gone the route of I knew I was going to do that. No, I was being transparent. I did not have a dumbest line of the week this week.
Well, man, you could do it like the Undertaker streak, in which I didn't know this was going to be a thing. Johnny Gonzalez could have ended that shit second match.
No, I just like the fact that he keeps referring to the Brock matches like I can't remember what happened in that match. Fuck off, you lost. You knew what happened.
You know what happened. You lost. You got pinned. Oh,
so Johnny blames Kushida for his injuries with his vicious yet cowardly attack last week, and he is in a wheelchair. And we all know how he feels about wheels.
My favorite line of the week, and I don't remember who said it, but I think it was Wade Barrett. It's the reason Johnny's in the wheelchair is because of the broken arm, but because the way he walks, he likes to swing his arm, and he can't. And by not being able to do that, it's the reason he can't walk. And I can go, I understand what he means. So it's all because bullshit when Kushida comes out there and start laying his weak ass punches on people.
So he said now he can't defend the title against Kushida on Sunday, and Regal should suspend Kushida for his attack. Regal comes out and states that Johnny Gargano was cleared by NXT Medical yesterday, and Johnny claims he doesn't trust NXT Medical, hence he got his own doctor and shows an X-ray of a broken forearm. However, Regal debunks that being it was a right forearm when Johnny injured his left off arm, and he said even if that was true, he'd be in excruciating pain, which Johnny states he has a high pain threshold.
Johnny is believing his bullshit. It was great.
And then I like that he was given an ultimatum. Either forfeit or let Austin volunteer as tribute, which obviously Johnny refused. And then Kushida appears after Johnny was given this ultimatum, takes out both Theory and Gargano, who realizes his arm works now. And then I loved when he got hit and then fell into the wheelchair. Because it reminded me of that time back in the day when Shawn Michaels super kicked Bret Hart. And then he fell back into the wheelchair.
Yep. Which is a great spot. It was great. The Shawn kick on Bret, for some reason, I always thought had some real context to it. Like, he really kicked that motherfucker.
Yeah. And then, so we get The Way, Candice LeRae, and Indy Hartwell versus Shotzi Blackheart and Ember. And Ember Moon.
Yes, Ember Moon. Manny, my first observation of this match is that Candice LeRae needs to change her name to Candice the Way. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
That would fit her so much better than Candice LeRae, Candice the Way. And anyway, that was my first observation. My second was Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart could get this win. Because Ember Moon will not be denied in Manny's bracket.
They're gonna win. They're gonna win, and I really don't think they need the win. Shotzi and Ember are clearly already established, whereas we need to keep elevating Raquel. We need to keep elevating her.
No, the breakup of Raquel and Dakota is happening after the Dusty Classic, Manny. That's where it's happening. It's happening at the pay-per-view, or the week after the pay-per-view, or something like that. It's happening. That's how they lose. That's the only way they're gonna lose.
I don't need it to happen.
Because Nia Jax and Shayna are not fighting Raquel and Dakota. That's not happening.
So I wrote in the notes, I have a feeling Shotzi and Ember will win, and it makes me sick.
The fact that you wrote that down makes it a real thought.
Not you, Shotzi. I love you, Shotzi.
Yeah, Shotzi's amazing.
Ember. I'm putting her on the level with Alicia Fox.
No, don't do that to Alicia Fox.
Oh, so you think Alicia Fox is better than Ember Moon?
I'm not. No comment. No comment.
So we move on to Austin Theory versus Kushida. The match ends in disqualification after Kushida has Theory in an armbar on the apron, and then Gargano hits a super kick to break it up. Where Dexter Lumis appears from under the ring to prevent Johnny and Theory wanting to break Kushida's arm.
I don't even know how the switcheroo work, by the way. How does the switcheroo physically work? The switcheroo made no physics sense whatsoever.
You know what? It was an okay match until that happened.
Yeah. I just thought in the show we got too much of the way. It was a lot of the segments it was a lot. It was like we got the Gargano segment, then we got the match and the tag, and then we got the Theory. And it was like, I think we got another Gargano promo after that. It's just a lot of weight.
So the thing about this was there was a lot of emphasis on the minor storylines going on around NXT this week. And then every major thing involving the title just got video packages.
Yep. How do you feel about that? That they basically use this as their prime target? I think that's what it's called?
Yeah, it's better. To be honest, it's better than... I think they get a lot more covered in it than just a promo. Yeah. I think a promo, you get lost in it because you can critique it a little bit harder. Whereas this is everything they wanted to tell in the story. Yeah. There's no misleading bits in it or anything.
I like in the sporting sense is that you're not having a match or do it right before your biggest match in your career or whatever the pay-per-view is going to be. Like, because I feel like if Balor or, Dunn came out, it's like, should they be preparing for their match?
Yeah.
Like, I'd rather see a workout video of them training, like on UFC or boxing or something.
Yeah, I thought all the video packages were done really well, especially the women's ones. They all had a similar message, but they all looked different at the same time.
Yeah. Eos was dope because I didn't know what she was hanging from in her apparatus. I had no idea what was going on there. Like, what camera angle that was. It was just like she was just floating or some shit. And I was like, yeah, that's pretty dope.
Yeah, and EO's ones always seem menacing anyway because, like, it's done in Japanese and then you get the subtitles.
Yeah. It took her, like, I read it in EO, not EO's voice, it's just EO's voice. It took you 20 years to get to this title. Your hunt will last forever. Your journey will never end. And I'm going like, damn, that's some cold shit. That's some cold shit. She's lost. She's going to be chasing something she can never have.
And it was like,
for 20 years.
It was like, yeah, Tony, you beat me 3 years ago, but I'm a different person now.
Like, if this was a debate, EO shattered all of them. I feel like each package broke the other person's idea.
It's like they were watching each other's package.
Yeah.
As before they made it.
It was like, Mercedes sent this shit. She did. And then Tony sent this shit. She said, what? And then EO's like, hold on, bitches. I have more money because I'm the champion. I have production value and subtitles.
Okay, so we move into Cameron Big Money Grimes where he turns up in a Lamborghini.
And I would not bring my Lamborghini to the NXT parking lot. I'm just saying.
This had me singing La Lamborghini, La Lamborghini. If you wanna see me La Lamborghini.
Okay. Now, Manny, I have a question. When the Lamborghini pulled up, who did you really think it was originally?
Bad Bunny. I thought Bad Bunny was NXT.
I'm printing so much merchandise on the main roster. Here comes my NXT merchandise. Limited edition.
Wait, he turned up on Raw last week in a Bugatti.
Yeah.
Which I believe cost more than a Lambo anyway. So I feel like this was a step down to come to NXT in the Lambo.
You're saying, hey man, I know you like this car, but it's broke. It's broke. Yeah. That's still a nice car. I have a car collection. Nah, but you look poor. I don't want people to know. You may as well pull it up in here in a Ford Explorer or something, man. Get out of here. But I thought it was the return of Pat McAfee.
Oh yeah, I see that.
I was like, Pat McAfee is gonna sell us on this main event between Balor and Dunn. And then when Cameron Grimes came out, who I forgot was advertised was gonna make his return this week, came out, I was really excited. I was excited.
Yeah, so he starts handing out money on his way to the ring, and we learned that during his time off, he was playing video games.
He went to a store,
and then he ran out of video games, and he went to a store, and he heard about this GameStop. Why am I talking like this?
And this GameStop provided you a video game, and I was like, "This is something I want to put my money in." And boom, struck gold.
And boom, that stock has gone to the moon.
And then he heard about dogs. The dogs got their own going now. And boom, I hit it again.
So he claims he's now richer than Elon Musk because he is rich. Marcus, I thought if I made this the thumbnail, you were going to have a problem with it. And I was basically going to say what Cameron Grimes said to anyone that tried to tell him anything anymore. You can kiss my grits.
Kiss my grits. Kiss my grits. No, Manny, not only did I feel that was the appropriate thumbnail of today's episode and of life in general, I thought that was clickbait as well. I'm sure you would have gotten somebody go, that's a hairy man right there.
No one's clicking on that.
You gotta go into the right demographic, Manny. I don't discriminate against anybody. Whether you're into men, women, or coyotes. I don't care. Clickbait is clickbait. That was the equivalent of posting Tony's store, Manny, for some people.
Never.
And then they have the money on there. Psh, that was amazing. Cameron Grimes is buddy.
See, last week I went with what did I go with last week?
Last week was that the Thatcher and that wasn't Fight Pit? No. It was
I feel like it was a Young Buck.
I feel like it was some Bullet Club stuff.
So I could have gone in all NXT this week. Maybe next week.
Or was it Old Man Edge? Was it Old Man Edge?
Oh no, it was. It was Old Man Edge with Balor and Pete Dunne.
Yeah.
So it was only right to go AEW this week.
Yeah, fine. Let them have it.
So we get to the Grizzled Young Veterans versus Timothy Thatcher and Tommaso Ciampa. Another good match.
Yeah, I didn't know this was the match. I had no clue who was winning. Do they give it to the makeshift tag team, who I believe are now a legit tag team? I feel like they're a legit tag team when they had to sit down together. Yeah. And my favorite moment, one of my favorite moments is just Thatcher's talking. Ciampa says his piece, and it gets out of the chair like he normally does. And then Thatcher's just sitting there like,
he's smiling.
Yeah, so I'm supposed to leave. Yeah, like,
but
that's my point.
I think he hits Thatcher's line of like, that's the lesson today or something like that, and walks off.
Yeah. In the class or something like that. And it's like, oh man. So they might be a legit tag team even after the Dusty Classic.
And I feel like the match this Sunday, it feels so weird. Even now, like we've had it a few times now where takeovers on a Sunday. But it feels weird that it's on a Sunday because it always should be on a Saturday.
Yeah, I hate that it's on Sunday because, Manny, I have to work Sunday.
Well, I have to get up. I have to get up for work or two on Monday, Marcus. You're not the only
Manny,
one.
it's not about you. It's not about you, Manny. Okay.
Not my fault you work weird hours and work 100 hours a week.
Yeah, it's not my fault you go to work at normal hours and work normal hours a week.
Actually, wait. You choose to work weird shifts as well.
No. I haven't chosen to work a weekend. Well, since last week. Okay. But yeah, this one I am off Saturday. It's my alternate Saturday. I would have been off, and yet, you know, it happens anyway. It's bullshit. I'm gonna figure out a way to go into work late.
So, did you find it odd at the end of NXT where they basically did the UFC thing?
Yeah, they just walked like they were like, we're gonna go in the car, and all of a sudden Balor and Dunn are magically in the ring and they're staring each other down.
No. They did everyone else first before they got to Balor and Dunn in the middle of the ring. I was like, this is ridiculous.
They went over the car, and I thought it was a nice card. I was happy with it. I was okay with it.
It's gonna be a good show. I don't. Yeah. Will it be the best NXT takeover? No, but it'll be a good show. Like it always.
It'll be a good show. I feel the MSK Grizzly Young Veterans match will probably end up being the best matchup. Well, no, never mind. Second
I don't
best
think it'll
match.
be the
Balor and Dunn will be best.
I don't think it'll be the best match, but it's one of those matches where the styles will probably mesh well if given time.
Manny, they're gonna slow those kids down, I hope. Grind their necks. Put them in a chin lock. That's the secret to beat MSK and all these young talents today. You just put them in one chin lock and they don't know what to do. You take their oxygen away, therefore you can't do the dive. Ray Phoenix would not be able to dive if you put him in a chin lock.
I feel like he's putting chin locks all the time.
Nah, not a good one.
They didn't get all of it. I saw that. It was weak.
Yeah. They didn't get all their biceps in there.
They didn't go to the Randy School of Chin Locks.
Yeah. If Randy Orton put Ray Phoenix in a chin lock, it would have ended by submission in the first 3 minutes of the match. He is not prepared for that. None of these kids are prepared for that chin lock.
Oh, that's awful. Okay.
I would love for a match to end that way, to be honest. I was 2 minutes in that chin lock and he's tapping right away.
Okay, so what is your... So it was only been Chris in the comments today. Shout out to Chris, who stayed with us for the long haul. What is your favorite non-iconic moment in wrestling? He said, that's why I kicked your leg out your leg. Who said that? I can't even remember who said that.
Is that... I feel like that's a Lesnar... Oh... Lesnar... What you call it? What's the one-leg guy? I forget. Zach Gowen's line. I feel like that's that line. But I don't know for sure. But that's a great line.
You know what? Do you know what fits into this? It's Steiner Maths.
Steiner Math does. Someone sent me a video of Steiner Math. I don't know if you've seen this. But he sent me a video. This is a non-wrestling fan that sent me the video. But it's a guy taking a test. And it's Scott Steiner voiceover, and the test is Scott Steiner questions. It's like 52%, and the guy's like clicking the math. And he's like clicking the correct answer of the numbers, and it's great. It is great. It's a pretty funny clip.
So Chris has got a few written here, but I don't feel like they fit how funny we were going with. His actually seem like they're legit non-iconic moments. He goes, Tony Atlas and Rocky Johnson winning the tag team belts. The blue staircase. The blue staircase. I do miss that from back in the day.
I do miss. I miss blue staircases and blue chairs.
And the red and white ropes.
Yep. America, baby. Because that's why.
Sean O'Hare's vignettes. We needed more of them. I don't remember them.
It's trash. Never cared about Sean O'Hare. We don't have enough RNN updates anymore, by the way. Whenever Randy, it was like 18 weeks. My tour bicep is getting healed. But man, should I give my most iconic, uniconic moment of history of wrestling?
Yeah, but I feel like you're going to use mine, which I said to you.
Oh, go ahead. You can use more. I have another one. Don't worry.
So, this was brought on by the Darby Allin being attached in a body bag to the back of a car. So Marcus alluded to Hogan. What was it? Hogan and Undertaker?
Yes. Yes, it was Hogan Undertaker in a hallway on, I think, SmackDown. I think it's SmackDown.
And I said, oh, it's interesting you went there because my mind went to when Big Show's dad died. And the big boss man decided to ruin that, gate crash that funeral. And then drive off with the casket while Big Show would jumped on it with incredible speed. People forget all the time. Big Show is always has been the fastest man ever in wrestling. Like whenever people need to run out to the front in the sense of a ball, the Big Show is always like the first one out.
So you give Big Show, he has sprinter speed.
Yeah, he does.
I would love to see his combine speeds.
All the fat men. I want all the fat men. I want Big Show. I want Mark Henry. I want Bronson Reed.
And even fat ass Foley would be in there too, just because he's got.
Big Show would win easily.
Oh yeah, that was great. When Big Show's a nasty, his dad's a nasty bastard, his mama said so. That whole thing is great. That is the best. As much as the Big Boss Man has been iconic in my lifetime as being, that's pro wrestling right there. That pro correctional officer is wrestling. Has been the most ridiculous character ever. Is the most, but I love it. But my most iconic moment of all time is probably Choppy Pee Pee.
Because that was so unnecessary as well.
Yeah, still hanging about penis up there. And Raw ending that way with them cutting to black and not knowing what happened. And me waiting for a week to know if one man's penis is still attached to one man's body.
I didn't even think about the next week. I was just like, oh, that happened? It's only like recently as an adult you realise that happened.
Yes.
Do you know when you start to think back at the things that happened in your life and you're like, that really didn't go that went unexplained.
Val deserved his dick being chopped off though. And he was saved by John Wayne Bobbitt. None of this made sense. None of it made sense.
Do you remember the guy's name? Mr. Yamaguchi-san. I remember that name.
Yes.
Kaientai was the shit.
Yeah. Honestly, deep Kaientai when they had all the guys with him, and then when they broke it down with Taka Michinoku and Funaki, Kaientai reinvented himself and created the shit with the Indeed. With them just talking their promos. How dare you come at us? Indeed. Like, them dubbed over is terrific. Underappreciated.
And then Funaki killed it with the SmackDown's #1 announcer gimmick. Yeah. And like we still wonder to this day how he still kept his job. like he does Japanese commentary now. I don't understand how this man has a job still.
Yeah. He lasted through all the eras. Like he's as consistent as the Undertaker when it comes to WWE employment. Like Funaki is never anywhere else.
Let's think. Even Zack Ryder got fired.
Yeah.
Funaki's still there.
Here's a deep question about Funaki though, Manny. Was he a good wrestler?
No.
At any point in his life? No, at any point in his life. Was it like... Because WWE had to have signed him for a reason. Back in the day,
to make money in Japan.
Going like, maybe he was a good Japanese wrestler. Maybe there's old tapes of Funaki wrestling somewhere where you go like, that may have been the best wrestler in the world.
I can guarantee you there are no tapes of Funaki wrestling. Like, to be able to be like, you know what? The scouting report. I've just got the scouting report here. Funaki wrestling. No one's ever talking about Funaki.
It goes, Tanahashi, Okada, Funaki.
No, I believe it was they saw the tape of Taka Michinoku and they were like, "Oh, who's the other guy who's wrestling? Funaki? Okay, we'll sign him just so he has someone to talk to."
Bring the other one on. Oh man! I really wish there was a circle with someone. I'd like to be the old man and just go, "That Takamichi Oku, huh? That was somebody else, right?" Somebody like that.
And the fact that he's still going as well, I thought he stopped to look after his school, but he's still going.
Yeah. The greatest Japanese. Honestly, of all the Japanese wrestlers of all time, I bet you if you had to ask a regular random American wrestling questions and they put greatest Japanese wrestler of all time and it was a multiple choice answer and Funaki's name was on that list and you had a bunch of Japanese legends on there, like I think Funaki would be selected more than anybody.
No, the thing is though, people would do it. Wrestling fans would be like, "Oh, this is a joke. I'll do it for a joke." No, Funaki would go down as the greatest Japanese wrestler ever.
You got Tiger Mask, Juicy Thunder Liger, and shit like that. The Great Buddha.
Fuck
and
that.
Funaki.
No, Funaki.
And you got Funaki. And like, shit. You think I'm going to select the Great Satsuki? I'm going Funaki.
Funaki has greater memories with me. Deep down.
And I think if they go the greatest Mexican wrestler of all time, they're going Ultimo Dragon. And nobody knows. No one knows. He's a luchador in Japanese. No one knows. He could be anybody. For all I know is a black man under that mask all these years. And I know it's not. The Ultimo Dragon is Chilean? Yeah, no one ever know. No one ever knew. He's Samoan? I didn't know this.
What do you mean he's Sri Lankan?
Ultimo Dragon was born in Africa in 1971.
I never knew.
He had matches in 74. Like, that would be the conflict. He was wrestling since age 3.
He never ages.
Yeah. Just him holding titles at like age 7. Like, what the fuck, Ultimo Dragon?
He sold his soul to the devil. He just never ages.
As Tom Brady won the Super Bowl this week, he ain't got shit on the Ultimo Dragon. Ultimo Dragon is still carrying one of those belts to this day. No one's beating him for it. Because they forgot that company existed.
Oh.
Ultimo Dragon, I believe Dominican Republican champion.
The Dominican Republic.
He get that one. He forgot he had it.
Oh, Chris says Mean Gene cursing because the background fell. Oh, that was funny.
Yes.
He thought that wasn't live, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh man! All right,
that's the end of the show, guys. Make sure you like the video, subscribe if you haven't. Shout out to Chris for being the only one in the chat today.
Yeah. Respect, brother. The Untitled Manny and Market Show featuring Chris in the chat.
Yeah, if you're wondering where everyone else is, probably watching Eric's video. Even though that's only got like 25 views.
It still gets more likes. And it creates more discussion. Yeah. It's loved. It's loved. He got the thumbs down before it even premiered.
And then El Luchador just comes right at the end and says, "I'm challenging Marcus to a Mask vs. Beard match at Mania." You lost, El Luchador, by not even getting your picks in. So you've lost by forfeit.
We had the match at the Rumble.
Yeah, you didn't get your Rumble picks in. You've lost by forfeit. We expect a video of you unmasking, and we will debut it.
I don't need a video. He starts with pants. No! Why?
No, it's not a striptease, Marcus.
He starts from bottom to top. No. Just a mask. Just a mask. No, don't unlace your boots.
It's not ECW with what was that thing called? With the 3 women.
Extreme expose.
Yeah, it's not extreme expose with El Luchador.
Oh, man. But you know what? For Mania, I'm going to defend my title the hard way. I don't know what it is, but it's going to be an innovative new way of defending my title. And I don't know what it is.
I'm going to defend it against everyone in the chat.
Oh, yeah. Maybe. If you show up in the chat, I will defend my title in a gauntlet match of the chat. In which you have to pickle right on the fly.
Maybe we do that.
Oh, maybe it's if we live stream WrestleMania nights 1 and 2 both nights on our live stream, we will be defending the title as we go along in the match. So you have to pick the match in there.
No, so what I say,
and then we can have bonus points as well of some kind.
What I say is we go live maybe half an hour before the show, have a little pre-show.
Okay.
Like we always do, even though that means we're going to be on for 4 hours and a half.
No, WrestleMania is 2 nights, Manny. We may just get 2.5.
It wasn't like that last year.
It was. It was only 2 hours each night.
I felt like it was 4 hours each night or 3 hours each night.
Nah. Maybe. You might be right.
I'm not betting you. You already owe me $40.
I feel like it was 2 hours. Yeah, I'm already broke, Manny. You already owe me money. I'm in debt. Give me my money so I can pay Manny.
If you pay me today, I may be able to buy my Mac Mini.
You need $40 more? Jesus.
No, but the money I can't. I'm not going to say that on live. Yeah. So the pre-show we'll do a pre-show. Where it'll basically be people will get a glimpse of what happens before we go live. Just nonsense.
Yeah, it's just whatever comes about. Random music being played. I forgot what the song of the week was this week. Just random. Oh, Bootylicious.
How did that even happen?
Because someone said you can't handle this.
Eric said you can't handle this.
Yeah, you can't handle this, and I don't think you can handle this, or something like that. But okay. Yeah, I think I would defend the title at Mania both nights, and we'll do a pick on whoever's in the live chat. It's almost a gauntlet / elimination chamber. I don't know, Royal Rumble match type of match. Defend the title, and there's bonus points for accurate predictions. Like we get bonus points. I don't know what they are yet. Use of weapons or something.
There's a good chance I'm gonna fall asleep on stream as well. So enjoy that.
Which hour Manny falls asleep in?
Yeah,
it's a prop bet.
You get a point for whatever hour I fall asleep in.
A star rating to a Bad Bunny match. Which is going to happen.
You could, if you watch the Royal Rumble back, you can clearly see in my eyes how smaller they become as the night goes on.
I thought you were just judging people. Just
no, I was dying by the men's Royal Rumble. I was like, I'm done.
Manny was in Tien Shaw mode. I'm gonna stay awake.
Apparently, I'm not allowed to do that chair move again, according to Chris.
All right, let's end this show. We don't know how to end this shit.
So that is the end of the show. And obviously like the video, subscribe if you haven't. Thanks for sticking with us for this far.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. I've been Lord Manny Hayes. He's been
John Cena. How long is it good? I'm Nia's Hole. Maybe we're doing Nia Hole's interview, baby.
I don't know how we do that.
My people will talk to their people.
I bet it's Sway.
I'm just gonna have a picture of a circle. Just be like, this is a hole. This is her hole.
I 100% bet it's Sway.
It's been a long time since I've seen this picture, to be honest.
I like this picture.
It is. It really is. It's a really good picture.
Also on this is, I can go back later and then put in thumbnails and stuff over on top of it.
Yeah. I feel like for a WrestleMania picture, it should just be a picture of Billy Kay. Watch alone. The Billy Kay never showed up. Nope. We lied. Just like any shady club promoter.
It's not my fault you fell for it.
Yeah.
She's coming, I swear.
Yeah, she no-showed the event. Damn it. She said she'd be here.
Night Jax also no.